Thank you, everyone, for holding. We are now joined with head coach Blake Anderson of Arkansas State. If you have a question for Coach Anderson, please press star 1 to get in the queue to ask questions at this time. Arkansas State is coming off of a 59-21 victory against Louisiana Monroe last week and now prepares to travel to Las Cruces, New Mexico to take on New Mexico State this week. Coach, before we get started with questions, please give us your thoughts on last week's game against Louisiana Monroe and the upcoming game against New Mexico State.
Well, just another challenge this past week. I thought the kids did a great job, especially responding in the second half to find a way to stay undefeated in the league. I thought Monroe played a great first half, and we made some adjustments at halftime. And mainly just I thought we picked up our energy level a good bit in the second half, and were able to stretch it out and pull away. But yeah, it was a challenge going on the road into an environment a little bit different than what we've been used to in the past few weeks, and I thought that ultimately the kids handled it well and continued to move forward and keep us in a position to control our own destiny in the league, which is hard to do if you look around and watch college ball each week. So many teams coming close or not getting it done. So we'll take a win every week any way we can get it. We don't play this week against New Mexico State. We got an off Saturday, and we're going to use that to try to get healed up and be ready to travel to Las Cruces in a week against a team that I think is playing their best football at this point in the season.
Thank you very much, Coach. Our first questions come from Troy Schulte with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Troy, please go ahead.
Hey, Blake, how are you?
Morning, Troy.
Hey, you guys got a couple of votes in the coaches poll this week and one in the AP. Just kind of curious, what are your thoughts on that? What do you think it says just kind of about what you guys are doing?
Yeah, it's exciting. I think it's great for the kids. I'd love to think that we could climb up and finish in the top 25 if we keep taking care of business. You know, those are things that kind of take care of themselves if you're doing things right and winning games. But I just think it also says a little bit about the league and that the midweek games, the Tuesday night and Thursday night games, we're getting some exposure that maybe we've not gotten in the past. If I'm not mistaken, I think our only AP vote came from up in New Jersey, and that's obviously not in our backyard. So I'd like to think that means that the midweek games, the Tuesday night crowd and the Thursday night crowd is doing what we wanted to do in terms of the Sun Belt. It's getting exposure for the league and our football teams across the country to places and to people that normally maybe wouldn't know a whole lot about us.
Yeah. I noticed Fedora has a vote in the coaches poll. Any idea if he's one of the guys that gave you one in there?
Oh, no, I haven't talked to him. He better be voting for us. But and I'm not on the committee this year. I was a year ago, but I'm not on it this year. But he better be voting for us. If not, I'm going to disown him.
And also with the bye, I mean, what's your specific schedule? I mean, do you think you guys need to rest up a little bit, or do you think you guys can spend a couple days working pretty good this week too?
Yeah, no, we're really going to focus on maintaining our conditioning and some body maintenance. And yeah, I do think we need a little bit of rest. It's been a physical year. We've been fortunate to stay fairly healthy. We've got some bumps and bruises that can really use a few days of somewhat rest. Now, we're not going to stop completely, but we're not going to hit this week at all with the veterans. If the open week came earlier in the year, we probably would approach it a little differently. But with it being this late in the season with only a couple games left, we're really going to concentrate on maintaining conditioning and working on body maintenance and trying to be as fresh as possible when we go to Las Cruces next week.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Mike.
Sure.
Thank you very much, Troy. Our next questions come from Luke Matheson with RedWolfReport.com. Luke, please go ahead.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
Good, Luke.
Hey, I know Troy touched on some of the questions I had, but I know Saturday you talked about in the first half that the energy level and the focus wasn't necessarily where you would have liked to have seen it. Got it in the second half. With the bye week, how do you keep the guys focused going into the bye week and getting ready for next week?
Well, for one, we won't really start focusing in on those particular opponent till Sunday. This week is really just going to be, honestly, a chance for them to not have to worry about focus, just to work routine stuff, just throw and catch, back pedal, body maintenance, massage, sprint, lift weights. I think part of the struggle during the year is that you've always got to be mentally, on, and to have a chance to just decompress guys at this point, even our staff, to not have a game plan that's bearing down on them for the next few days is good. Everybody needs to be able to take a deep breath and then refocus and rechannel. I think we'll benefit more from that than really bearing down. Sometimes you just got to take a deep breath, and I feel like this is as good a time as any to do just that.
Right. I know one of the bigger keys to success this year has been the defense and leading the country in defensive takeaways, defensive scores. I know everybody is talking about the defensive secondary, obviously getting the interceptions, linebackers getting interceptions. I spoke with Brian early Saturday night after the game, and he says he feels defensive line has a lot to do with that as well, because you guys actually have some depth this year you didn't have last year, and able to rotate guys and keep guys fresh and able to get pressure late in games. You feel the same way about that?
Oh, absolutely. You don't get great back-end play without speeding up the clock for the defense, for the offensive line and the quarterback. I mean, you can only cover well for so long, and to be able to make quarterbacks get the ball out before they want to make them move, to create pressure. I mean, all those things. They come back. I think they all start up front. Championship football starts up front on both sides. The ability to run the ball, the ability to stop the run, and in this case, turnovers are being created by a constant pressure up front. And you mentioned the ability to play a lot of players and stay fresh and put guys on the field in circumstances and in situations where they can be at their best. It's allowing guys to play in situations and against personnels that really are at fit their skill set the right way would be the best way to say it. And we never had that luxury at any point a year ago. And with the depth that we've built and with the conditioning we've done and the bodies that we've added to the front, collectively it's a difficult group to control for a full game. I mean, you may handle them for a little bit, but to control them for a full 60 minutes with that many different fresh bodies coming at you, that's a lot to ask, and it's generated a lot of problems for the offenses, and I think it's been a big factor in creating turnovers.
Final question, again, speaking about turnovers, had several guys throughout the year that have gotten turnovers, but one guy kind of stood out to me Saturday was Brazil Velges. What do you think about him getting that interception?
It was awesome, man. He's just a great kid, a great teammate, very unselfish, quiet guy, fifth-year senior walk-on that ended up earning a scholarship before fall camp started and just already graduated. He's just one of those guys you love to see succeed. He doesn't play very many snaps. He really only has been on the field for us in mop-up duty in the past and played on some special teams. And he's one of those kids you want to see succeed. I think that was probably the most fun everybody had all night was celebrating with him after the pick and getting the turnover belt. And great thing, he gets to keep that belt for an extra week since we don't play Saturday. He's going to be able to keep that belt for another week until hopefully he has a chance to turn it over to somebody else who gets the next one.
All right, Coach, appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you, Luke, and thank you, Coach Anderson. That's all the questions we have for today.
All right, thank you.